broke, you ain't a big shot, you some basic B-roll. The world is mine, like my name's Pacino. Hey, it's Nico, I guess I'm back. Catch me in the fast lane on the right track. And my shorty is a 10 like a dime bag. Got me feeling like a milli, check the price tag. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip-hop, ain't no time for pit stops. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip-hop, cause my style. No time for daydreams. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top two. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they colossal. Black trader black, she messiah to the misfits. Run circles, run these rappers to my shin splits. You a little late to the party, baby, I've been lit. If you ain't on the friend list, you better mind your business. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip-hop, ain't no time for pit stops. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch.
All right, we're here now. Sorry for that delay. There was a few minutes that I have to get some stuff done. Just synchronize everything on my computer. I was giving me a hard time. But I want to welcome everyone who is watching this at this moment. Thank you. It is Sunday, March 16, 2025. And there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot in the collectibles world that is always good to talk about. I appreciate your support. Thank you. A couple of things I wanted to talk about this week. I did not get the opportunity because I was... I've been busy with a lot of things with the house, everything. So it's trying to get stuff done is not as easy. And then I wasn't feeling that great on Friday. So that stopped me for producing a video on Friday, like a live video, or even Saturday. So trying to recover. Also spent a little bit of time with the family. So, you know, things, it's always something happening, but I'm grateful. Everything is working out so good here. I hope you all also are sharing the same. They're having the same thing. But yeah, it's definitely, it's Sunday. It's a good time, at least for now, just to talk about the collectibles that happened last week. And of course, for some people, Sunday will always be the beginning of the week. It is the beginning of the week, but also it's the end of the previous week. It's like that time in between of resting, and we all have time to be with the family. This morning, I went to church with the family. The allergies are kicking my butt a bit, but we were able to manage. Spend some time with the family. My nephew was here, you know, just eat some tacos, which was great. And of course, now time to do this video. But I want to say thank you very much. Welcome everyone who is watching this at this moment. Thank you for your support. Now, there's a couple of things. Let me grab my phone right there. Let me get the headphones so I can hear everything. Yes, a couple of things I want to cover today in the collectibles world. There's, I'm trying to get into the highlights, the things that are more important, or the things that I really caught my attention for one reason or another. And I want to cover them today. So, you know, just to help you out, really go through the things, the good things that happen. Oh, by the way, I watched Captain America finally yesterday with my wife and my nephew. Took him to the movies. I like the movie. I will tell you, I like it. It was fun. And maybe I'll do a review of it during the week. But in the action world, in the action figures world, I want to cover Jada toys. I've talked about Jada before, but Jada definitely is kicking it right now. Particularly, you're a Scooby-Doo fan. They have some figures that were announced recently, now went on pre-order. They look really neat. If you really grew up with the Scooby-Doo era, Hanna-Barbera, so you're definitely going to like these figures. I'm going to look at Storm Collectibles, a company that it's definitely has been doing fantastic always with the Street Fighter stuff. They have a new Bison figure. It looks fantastic. Mondo released a creature from the Black Lagoon 1/6 scale figure. I want to look at it very quick. Definitely Mondo always has some cool stuff to showcase. In the diecast world, I want to talk about, in this case, the Machinations Bandai Spirits. They released, if you're a fan of Speed Racer, there is a new 118 model that they released that looks fantastic. It's part of the Chogokin line, which is a replica of many toys from the era, characters from anime that are really important, and it looks good. So we're going to look at it today. On the statue worlds, of course, we're going to look at Iron Studios, a couple of pieces that I did not cover last time, but also they were released recently. I want to look at them today. First, for figures, so you're a fan of Spyro of the Dragon, then we're going to look at it. We're going to look at Jimei Palacework. I want to look at Prime One Studio. Always Prime One Studio, they have a lot of releases. Of course, we had the showcase last week. A lot of people are still excited talking about Prime One Studio. We're gonna look at it today. I want to talk about other statue company that I never ever covered here. The name of the company is Ling Studio. We're gonna look at the stuff. You're a Battle Through the Heavens, very important IP right now in China. We're gonna look at it today. We're gonna look at a couple of things that are showcased as spec fiction. Trieagles Studio, it's the company that we have talked about in the past, and they have really a fantastic statue. We're gonna look at it today. Another company I want to cover from China is Tiang Sao Wu Studio. I mispronounced it more than likely, but I want to look at the statue. They have your Street Fighter fan. They have a statue that was announced before, but it's on pre-order now as spec fiction. I want to look at it today. We're gonna talk about Tsume Art. This company always killing it with the Animus stuff. This company, of course, in Europe, they're doing fantastic work. If you're a Dragon Ball Z, we're gonna look at it today. Pure Arts, a company from Canada, Assassin's Creed Shadows. They have a quarter scale statue. We're gonna look at it today. We're gonna, of course, look at Sideshow Collectibles. They have La Muerta premium format figure, and finally, they have the Grand Admiral Thrawn premium format figure. We're gonna look at those two today. We're gonna look at PCS. If you're a fan of Ghostbusters, they have a beautiful diorama with Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. We're gonna look at it today. And on the prop side, finally, I want to talk about Hex Collectibles. If you're a World of Warcraft fan, they have some props, some replicas that look really fantastic. So yeah, we have a pretty busy night, and I want to say thank you very much to those who are watching at this moment. Thank you for your support. Do not forget to leave a like. That helps this video. Leave a comment. Let me know that you're watching, and also share if you can. But importantly, if you're here for the first time, if you've never ever seen my videos before and you finally see the video, you like what I'm producing here, I cover comics, I cover action figures, I comic statues, I cover pop culture stuff. You know, I cover a lot of things. I've been doing this for 12 years. This year has been 12 years, and as I started producing my first video. So yeah, I've been doing this for quite a while. You know, it's all about the, you know, fandom stuff here in the channel. But I want to say welcome. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my point of view, to share, you know, to have some fun with you in you know, in this way, you know, which is always fun. But thank you for your support. And everyone, don't forget again, and follow me on social media. You can see the links in the description: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow me there. I share stuff there throughout the week. Also consider supporting the channel maybe through Patreon. You can do also through the super chat here. Any dollar that you can help this channel, that $1, $5, whatever, really helps out. But most importantly, leave your comments, leave your likes, and, you know, help me grow this channel. So my friends, thank you very much. So we're gonna get into it. Let's look at the stuff that we have. And I don't have anything. I think I thought I had a screen open, which I didn't. So we're going to. All right, right there. We have something there, just to give you a better idea of what we're doing. All right, so first of all, let's go and start with the action figure. So we're gonna go to, and let me actually improve something here, because it seems something is not. I don't know. I have to grow this. Okay. Sometimes things are a little out of line there. Want to be able to share everything. Okay, gotcha. So we're there. We're there for now. Just bear with me while I'm doing this. I wasn't counting to do a lot of this stuff today. You know how it is. Oopsie. It's not what I wanted. Okay. My apologies for the inconvenience. Okay. I'm telling you, I'm trying to work with two screens right now, and it's not really helping much. So sorry for that. Okay. Yeah, I have the other screen. I think that's the problem what I was having is they have the other screen. Normally have it open in case that I gotta do a couple of things here. So just bear with me while I'm trying to get things done here. Some cool beans. Got it. Yeah, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do in order to get it all done. All right, so in this case, I'm here at all right, so we're here. So bear with me. So we're going to Big Bad Toy Store first. And the reason we're going there, I want to take you. Ooh, I don't know what it did, but it just took me someplace that I didn't want to be. Always, as always, Big Bad Toy Store always have the cool stuff. You know, all the different action figures. They always keep on track of things. We're gonna look at the stuff here in a moment. You can see there's a lot of toys from all the different brands. Love everything that they've been producing so far, and like a lot of companies have been producing, like Transformers. You can see Studio 86, which by the way, the next year is going to be the final year according to this Studio 86, which is sad. But there's all companies doing a lot of stuff for Marvel Legends. You know, this Hellboy 30th anniversary, pretty nice piece. I've been thinking about grabbing it. So the Thundercats Ultimate Cat Slayer. A lot of people excited. I've seen a lot of people excited. You know, I did not grab it. I've been thinking about it, but you'll have to pay $1,000 here. That's kind of steep. Not really thinking that. I personally don't know if I want to spend that much money. But first, I want to start with the, you know, what Jada Toys is doing. It's Scooby-Doo. I grew up with Scooby-Doo. One of my favorite cartoons as a kid. I think the favorite cartoon for a lot of people as kids, as children. Fantastic, of course. And here we have Scooby-Doo, Shaggy. They released the first three pieces, the Creeper and the Mummy. So we're gonna look first at Shaggy. It's $30. I think it's a fantastic piece. It's a 1/12 scale. You know, the standard size for this. And here you can see, pretty neat figure. I like it. They come with Scooby snacks. And, you know, it has some nice articulation. Jada has been doing a lot of fantastic action figures, giving actually Storm Collectibles a run for their money. Of course, with the Street Fighter show they've been producing, a lot of people seems to support it, particularly at the price point. Of course, some people will compare this with Storm Collectibles. It has an interchangeable porter, as you can see, which is kind of cool. They went for that one. The two porters, I remember, the dumb one, dumbfounded, always Scooby, like not caring the world, Shaggy. And then the scary cat, who he is, you know, he's always afraid, running for his life. So there's a lot of things you can do with this tiny little figure. But it looks really fantastic. It was showcased at San Diego Comic-Con. And when it was showcased, I was like, okay, I like what they were producing. It has interchangeable hands, the Scooby snack. It has a Scooby snack, the Scooby snacks box, of course, and the interchangeable portrait. So very good. I think for $30 is fair. This is a fair price for something that we don't really get to see much lately in this type of toy. So it's going to be only 6 inches tall. Perfect size, perfect scale. Is, you know, in this case, a Marvel Legends scale. And the next one that we can see with Jada will be, let's look at the Creeper. And the Creeper looks good too. Look at that. They went for this one. Nice. I would say for this very tiny little figure, it does have nice articulation. And they went for something really, really cool with this figure. I really like it. You know, the articulation of those arms. Oh, you can actually remove the mask. They didn't know you have that kind of like extra portrait with the removable mask. Oh yeah. They can come out with some really nice articulation with this figure, and now with the portrait, look at that from the, even the glasses off. It's just cool. I think Jada is doing amazing stuff. Very, very cool stuff that Jada's been doing with these figures. And for the price point that they're doing, a lot of companies will ask you a lot more money for something like this. And Jada's keeping it real with the prices. It's something that I think, I have a lot of people who don't like Jada because they say the quality is not as great. But I will tell you what they're offering and the prices they're doing, I think is great. And they're giving you, I would say, value for the money. You're not paying a lot of money, but they're giving you value with that investment. With $30, you're getting a lot of value, in my opinion. And here you can see the mommy. Very cool. Very nice what they're doing there. Again, you can see the articulation. That's an important part. I think the best, I definitely I'm gonna invest in this collection because I would like to have the whole gang. And hopefully, look at the portrait too. Hopefully we can also get, the van. That would be great. But look at that. So you can really recreate the scenes of the cartoon, of the episodes, of course, when the bad guys will reveal. That's very cool. But yeah, looking at what Jada is doing, of course, you can see Jada's, again, look at what they're doing with Street Fighter. When we're looking at, the competition, we're going to talk about it just a moment with Storm Collectibles. I think you're getting a lot for the price. Of course, it's smaller than what, in this case, the Storm Collectibles is doing because you're looking at the 112. You're looking at a size 6 inches. The other one is close to 7 inches or 7 inches. Close to 7 inches. A little larger in scale. I think you're getting a lot of money for this. Look at this, for example, this Blanca. Very nice piece. With the effect. Very cool looking Blanca. And you're only paying $35. Like this is, in some way, going back to some of the prices that we used to get for a lot of these Street Fighters. So back in the day with the soda toys, when they were, I remember many of them, they were exclusive to GameStop. And I used to purchase them. I used to love those. I still have them. And, somewhere. And I like even the packaging they come with. Very nice. You can technically, for this price, you can have two. You have one for display this way, which the display is really neat. And of course, you can have the open box or stuff. But look at Sagat, for example, right here. Very cool Sagat. Yeah, Storm Collectibles will have a better looking Sagat. But right now, trying to find that Sagat, Storm Collectibles, they haven't reissued that one. It's super, super expensive. So I think for the price point, it's such a fantastic little piece. And I think I've seen a lot of people, particularly in Asia, defending Jada. Because, at the end, it's a better price. And look at that. Of course, they got Major Bison, Player 2. They also have the figures for Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which is very popular right now. They have, of course, the stuff for Mega Man. That's another thing they're producing. Look at the figures. So, yeah, I would say, and here you can see Cammy, for example. Look at this Cammy. Yeah, of course, I would say that doesn't have the same details that you will find, for example, with Storm Collectibles. But still, I think for the price, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, in my opinion, it is fantastic. So just bear with me while I'm doing something here. I'm trying to. Hey, what's up, Batman? How are you, my friend? Congrats on the new digs. Let me know when it's time to decorate your space. Thank you, my friend. I will let you know. Thank you. I just had to move the thing because I couldn't see it. But yeah, thank you very much for that. All right, so we are here on this. Continue. My apologies. I'm moving stuff around. Just for safety here. Okay, got it. Probably need 3 screens. I have 2 now. All right, so yeah, this is, I will tell you what Jade is doing. $24.99, very nice piece. Figure. I think, this is the thing. You try to keep things, available for everyone. You want to make it affordable for the most. You look at this Cheetos Chester Cheetah. Yeah, that is stuff like this that they've been producing. This is actually very cool. Look at this one. Yeah, that is a nice figure. Yeah, things like that. They've been producing stuff like this, and I think at the end, it's cool, you know, like sometimes it's about having fun, you know, with action figures, it's about having fun. You know, I'm a statue collector, I'm a toy collector, you know, I don't prefer one over the other. I do like statues, believe me, I do believe statues look amazing, they're very, some way they look classy, all that, but also statues can be very, you know, extreme in the sense of the price point that you invest on them and the space limitation that they bring. With action figures, there's so much that you can do. You know, some people will have, there's criticism about one thing. Maybe one day I'll make a video about the difference between one or the other. What is it if you're actually inclined for one or the other? What's the best, you know, the best hobby. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of opinion. Everyone has a different opinion about it, so it's not like you can always get it right. I think everyone has an opinion about what's best and what is not. So you cannot really please people on that. But yeah, you can see in this again, Jada Toys really doing really fantastic pieces. I think the Street Fighter line, fantastic. The Mega Man stuff, of course. Now they're starting now with Cyberpunk, and of course with the stuff they're doing now with Scooby-Doo. Really looking forward. They've been doing Godzilla stuff. So, and of course the vehicles that they produce, the cars, the die-cast models, all of that. So I think Jada, you know, it's a company that definitely is doing something very, very cool, and that those figures look amazing. So yeah, I would give him kudos for that. Now, the next figure that I want to cover tonight is Storm Collectibles. Now going with the more high-end action figure. Storm Collectibles, of course, has been producing some figures, although I will tell you one thing. Storm Collectibles is coming right now to the place where they're actually producing figures that are more affordable because of the competition they're getting from Jada Toys. But as you can see, this company produces a lot of fantastic figures. You can see they do offer a great variety for any type of thing you want. Like you can see a lot of the licenses they have are fantastic in the gaming world. But the figure that I want to cover today is this one that was just announced, the Ultra Street Fighter 2 Final Challengers in Bison 1/12 scale. It is pretty much the same scale, although they're larger, they're more bulkier, and a little bit, you know, taller and bigger than the Jada Toys. Yeah, they're within the same scale, but when you're looking at dimensions, I don't know if you can see it here, there's no comparison. They're a little bigger. You know, they're a little bigger than that, than more than 6 inches. But when we look at this, it's $96. You can see the difference here, the jump. You know, when you're looking at figures over there at $30-some, now you're almost paying $100 for a figure. Of course, you know, the difference here is what it comes with this. This is more premium figure. And in my opinion, this is the best figure of Bison that we have seen so far up to this point from any company. From Soda Toys, from Nick. I think Nick also produced some of that at some point. I think Nick at some point. I don't remember. You know, it's been so long. I think they did some Street Fighter stuff back in the day. I don't think they did Bison, but of course Soda Toys. And I think this is a fantastic. Of course, they already did the original. I think they did the original and Bison with the line started. But now, of course, now they're doing the Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. But I think, in my opinion, this is the better one. I love the shading. I love this overspray that they did on the metallic sheens and everything. And the metallic parts looks amazing. The shading on his clothing, the cape. It's a very nice figure that really looks like the character in the video game. And my favorite depiction of Bison. So it looks really, really good. Look at this, like he's flowing in air and that cape. It's cool. And here you have the new, of course, the new Street Fighter, Ryo and Ken figures that they just announced also. But do you look at the extra things that come with it? The extra portrait. Very nice. Again, the shading is very nice. With the hands, nice articulation. I like this picture, to be honest with you. I like this with the round kick. And Ryo just holding it just to, that's a really cool picture. Just for more detail there. It looks really fascinating. It's a really nice piece. They did a really nice job. Yeah, $100, you can say it's a bit steep for something like this. Yeah, it's a bit steep. But it has a lot of different parts. But when you compare it to other companies, what they're doing right now, yeah, I think it's within the price range. I would love for it to be cheaper. And that is the thing, I think, the separation between Jada Toys and Star Collectibles the two different markets. If you're a more high-end action figure collector, you want the more expensive one. Definitely Storm Collectibles is going to be what you want. You want the ultimate figure, of course, that is not a Hot Toys or anything in between, that is a 1/6 scale. When you're collecting 1/12, this is it. But if you want something more affordable, I think Jada also is fantastic. I think they really cater to two different markets. And at the same time, they're doing it in a nice way. Both of them, they're really catching well. And this is definitely a fantastic M Bison. The sculpt is this piece is fantastic. It's kind of like a statue in action figure. It's really well done. They did a really fantastic. You know, this is the thing with a lot of action figures. Sometimes action figures, you can see the look of an action figure. And I think we have kind of crossed that boundary that used to exist between action figures and statues, because companies are really doing fantastic work where action figures are so poseable, and still look fantastic on display without looking toyish. You know, yeah, it is. You can say an action figure is a toy, but this is not for a kid. This is just a toy for an adult collector, because you can do so much with it, and it looks really, really neat. Look at this. The butterfly joints in there. I like that it comes with so many different extra parts, and it's so poseable, as you can see, that you can do all these different poses and recreate all these fight moves that he does in the game. It's really, really neat. Oh, that's a classic. So yeah, you can do so much with it. You know, you can come up with so many things. Oh, that is cool. Look at Blanca. That Blanca just beat up there. Very nice. And it, you know, and if you want to combine with Jada, of course, I see people combining them. Of course, some you can combine really good in the sense, you know, they can do the matchups. Some others not so much, but look at this, definitely in Bison. Fantastic piece. You know, there's so much you can do. I don't know how many pictures they have, but yeah, it comes with so much stuff there. Here you can see. Oh, I didn't know. Look at this. The arms are actually that way. You can get the separate arms, a lot of hands, and the power effects and the portraits, and of course the cape. So yeah, I think this is a very, very cool thing from Storm Collectibles. Now, going back to what we were saying at Storm Collectibles, I think now the idea is what's happening with Storm Collectibles. They want to compete, as we mentioned before. So what are they doing? So we can go back. They come up with other figures, like for example, this two. They are a really affordable price range. Why? Because again, you know, Jada is really competing really well and catching attention. People are really going to them. So you have to compete too. So they actually have two different lines. Of course, they have the more expensive high-end line, but also they have one they call the Arena, which is the more affordable, kind of in some way to the one that is going to compete with Jada. And here is where you definitely are going to see where you can actually match both. So I will tell you right now, as you know, collectors action figures, if you're collecting Street Fighter, this is a great time to get into both, because I think companies are actually trying to really push people to purchase. Of course, as you can see, the quality of these figures is not as the same level as the more high-end that they produce. You can see it in some of the parts and some of the different things, but still it does have the same, almost same level of articulation. It doesn't come, of course, I don't see that it has as many switch out parts, but that is a very nice Ryu. And this Storm Arena, it's definitely a good competitor if you need to compete with Jada toys, or you need to match both. And the price is the same. Oh, actually, it does have a switch out portrait. I didn't know that. Now I know. So it does have some extra parts. A very nice figure for sure. And you can recreate the effects and do everything else, you know. So yeah, it's not as detailed. It's not as, the paint job is not as, you know, you don't have as much shading. It's more toyish, but it does have certain hands, the interchangeable portrait or the faceplate. And you have some, you know, stands and things that you can do. So it is a good thing for $30. It definitely within that is, yeah, they're not holding punches here. They know that they have to compete, and they also have to offer something that people can like. It's not as premium as the most premium line they have, but it's something there too for those who are interested. They want to have a Storm collectible piece, but they want to have something more affordable. And I think it's a fantastic idea. I think I would say I praise Storm Collectibles for understanding the market, understanding the demand, and also providing that. So yeah, I will say Storm Collectibles again. Storm Collectibles, as a company, has been producing a lot of fantastic things over the years. Here you can see, you can get something more, the 112 line, as you can see with Street Fighter, for example. If you want to go for the, you know, for the more high-end stuff, you have, you know, Blanca, you have, let's see, there's a competitor there, a comparable piece that we can use for reference. Here you can see if you're looking for the most expensive stuff, you know, for the high-end stuff, a lot of stuff sells out quickly. But like for example, this Rio, $89. This is the one for the new film, the new video game, Street Fighter 6. You can see it's more premium. It has more premium parts. It looks fantastic too. You know, you can see the shading is better, the paint job is better, the articulation, you may have a little bit better, but the articulation on that, the other and the arena version is not bad. So I think that there's room, and I would say I praise them for doing something that, you know, not many people are doing, and it's just staying, you know, competitive, you know, being in competition and understanding that the market is shifting, that there's room for a lot of things, and the people are looking for affordable options. And if you stay too high in everything, then of course you're gonna lose some of that market. And you want to continue to be at the forefront. And I think that's what they're trying to do here. Clearly, that's what they're trying to do. So yeah, I would say Storm Collectibles kudos for that. Let's see how far they go with this new line. And hopefully they produce all the characters too in a timely fashion. That's something that Storm Collectibles suffers sometimes as the time of release. But yeah, that's something that we can look into that. All right, so let's see at something else that I want to present. I don't know if there is something here, but I'm going to show you something. We're moving from action figures, and I'm going to go into diecast models, and I want to talk about Speed Racer. This new Speed Racer action figure, this is from Bandai Spirits, The Machinations. It's also at Sideshow Collectibles. It's $504, which is very expensive for a 118 diecast model. And I was thinking, man, that is too expensive. I do have the Speed Racer, the Mach 5 model that came out many years ago, probably 20 some years ago. I have that model. I only pay like between $20 to $30 perhaps for it, something like that, back in the day. Fantastic model. You know, it's one of my favorite cars in my diecast collection, but now this is better than that. It's more superior than that. Why? Because it comes with a lot of things, but it doesn't have the little monkey that the original had. But in any case, here you can see, just to give you an idea, let's look some of the details. It's approximately 10.63 inches long. It is a 118. It's made out of ABS, PVC, and diecast. So it has everything that needs to. It's based on the Speed Racer anime series. It's part of the Chogokin line. It does have light up elements, light up features. So it requires 3 LR44 batteries, and test batteries included. And here you can see you get the Mach 5 Mifune Go figure, Michi figure for auto jack support, for belt tires, Gizmo windshield for Defender, special display case. So it comes a pedestal. It comes with a lot of things. And I was thinking, man, maybe that's justified. I still think the price is too steep for this vehicle. In my opinion, it should be like $350. But in any case, it's highly detailed. And as you can see, with the lighter feature is going to look nice. It really looks nice. They didn't really notch up in doing this. I think the proportions are better than my model. The proportions of the vehicle are way better than the model that I have. Still, it looks more cartoon accurate in my opinion. And it's such a beautiful display. You can see the angles from the top. Very nice. I should have, maybe one day I share with you my model collection. I need to start sharing that. But yeah, I do like the details on this model. By the way, a lot of that stuff is still on storage. I was still trying to get it done. But here you got, you can actually have the cover. I like that it does have that. You can cover with the windshield, all that. It's really cool. And you have the blades that come from the front. That's very nice the way they did it. And I can see some of those plastic parts. So it's definitely a nice model that it does have a lot of plastic elements too. You can see that. It's super cool. They did it really nice. I like the tires. Oh, and I love the fact that you can open the chassis and then you can see the front. You can see the engine. and you can look at the back. It opens up to something that in my diecast model doesn't have. It's a very nice model. It's a very nice detail model with the, you know, everything detail in the compartments and everything in the front seats and the dashboard. And I like actually they are removable. I did not know you can remove the parts with the seat with it. It's pretty cool. You can have it. I suppose you can have it with or without. I'm not sure if you can, but I think with it looks really nice. So it's just pretty cool. I think they did a really nice job here. You can see the stand. Very nice looking stand. I like the way it's there and the display, but also comes with a display case if you want to have it just under that display. Now, this is not the only place you can find it. You can also find it at Sideshow Collectibles. And I'll show you right now. We're going to Speed Racer. So you can choose if you want to go. Of course, you know, Big Bad Toy Store. I like it because it's a place where you know, the shipping is very cheap. But you can also go here to Sideshow, and it's almost gone. It's almost sold out. So even though it's pricey, there's a lot of diecast, and unfortunately, as a diecast collectors don't get as much love lately. Although there is a lot of, it's a niche market. There's a lot of people still selling diecast stuff. You know, there's companies producing, you know, diecast stuff. There's a really amazing companies doing it. I follow a few companies. They do amazing work. Prices have gone up with diecast, but it's more for the niche market. And they're doing amazing work. But here you can see the same thing. Same figures. And actually, I like the way it's displayed here a bit. So let me kind of make these pictures bigger. Okay, right there. What's up, my friend, Knight? Thank you for stopping by, friend. But yeah, you can see, of course, this is a fantastic model. Again, this is for those who grew up, you know, watching this cartoon, which is a classic anime cartoon. One of the most classic, the introduction for a lot of people to anime. Even though we did not know it was anime, what it was called, we just loved it as kids. I remember watching this cartoon. And it's a very nice model. Yeah, again, I think the price is too steep. I will say $350 would have been the better price. But this is the machinations we're talking about. You know, they normally can price stuff crazy high for some reason, and it sells, you know, which is amazing because the machinations, Bandai Spirits, they produce this for all different markets, but it's always been pricey stuff. Very cool detail, diecast model, light up feature. Although I would say at this price point of $500, might as well just have like a USB charger or something, but it'd be a better choice. But very cool, very detailed. These pictures here at Sideshow are way better for sure. Very nice pictures, very nice detail. All right, so yeah, that is the Mach, and I'll tell you everyone, I think they're really doing a fantastic job with it. Again, companies always doing like cool stuff like this. That's the reason sometimes we can say that we get caught up into that what companies are doing, which is always, in my opinion, amazing. So kudos for them for that. And I'm trying to get, I didn't know that I was out of music for some reason. I like to have a little bit of soundtrack. I just noticed that. A lot of things I'm working on. All right, so let's go now. And we already moved from action figures. Let's go into statues. I think statues are important. And while I'm here at Sideshow, and I want to say to the people who are watching this right now, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Batman. Yeah, we'll let you know. I'm planning to do a lot of things with this room. I'm still working on things. I'm still trying to bring a lot of stuff. Trying to decorate. I think I need decoration. I need to actually put color, put lighting. I need some posters. I don't know. I need a lot of things, but we're gonna work on that. And hello, and as always, my friend, you always encouraging with your, always saying hello, always stopping by on all my videos. I appreciate it. I appreciate anyone who's watching. And as I always do, I always leave the timestamps and the next day. So tomorrow we'll have timestamps on this video for those who want to come back and watch and look at everything. If you didn't have time to watch this weekend, you can always come back and watch the video. All right, so let's go back to Sideshow. And while we're here at Sideshow, I can go to Iron Studios because this is available at Iron Studios, but actually let's go to Iron Studios. Maybe we can go there. Although I don't like their website. I'll tell you this. I'm not necessarily a fan of Iron Studios website and the way it's set up. But right now, Iron Studios has a collector's week where there's a couple discounts up to 15% off for some of the products. If you're interested, great time to do it. Here you can see we're gonna look at these two pieces. But before I get into these pieces, I cover a lot on my previous video. We have a lot of stuff that they were doing. But I did not get the opportunity to talk about everything. For example, I skipped this one, not knowing until later. I want to talk about it. And this Zatanna, if you're a fan of Zatanna, this is at it says digital pre-order statue Zatanna 110. You can. This is on their website. But if I come to Sideshow, right there. Ooh. Hey, when I have to reduce the stuff, it becomes hard to see. Right there. Zatanna right there. This is 110. The pre-order, it's $235. And I will tell you this. This Zatanna is pretty nice looking. And when you look at this Zatanna right there, I think they really a nice job in the representation. Not necessarily a big fan of the portrait. I think the portrait could have been done better. I seen better I think I seen more beautiful portraits. I'm not saying that it's ugly portrait. It's just for some reason her cheekbone seems to be thicker than they should be. Definitely, she has some thick cheekbones. And in some way, she looks a bit Asian, a bit Native American. I don't know. It's just, which I'm not nothing against it because I have Native American blood, so it's not a big deal for me. And it just, I don't know. It just feels like couldn't do a little bit better. However, it's a nice depiction in the sense that they went from a very artistic depiction with the magic and the way they did it with the clear resin and the doves that comes out of her hat. Very nicely done. It's a very nice detail piece. Of course, she has a nice figure, of course, body. Her legs, stockings, they look great. The rabbit there, the book. And I'll tell you, when it comes about this 110 scale statues, little figures, Iron Studios does amazing work, for sure. So this is a very nice detailed little piece that ultimately, it's not as bad, maybe it's just my impression at first sight, but I like the way they did even the stand. I think it's very well done. The magic, the effect that they use with the clear resin to create that magic effect. It's just a cool piece. It's a very cool that can be as a standalone piece will look great. Very well detailed. And very nice. I think something that they've been doing fantastic over time has been doing this amazing pieces. I think they have really done a fantastic job, Iron Studios, in managing and creating very beautiful pieces for sure. And here we have the next one that I want to talk about, which is Doctor Doom. And I'm going to use this reference because there's two different versions of Doctor Doom. Here you can see there is a standard edition and there's a deluxe edition, something that they've been doing lately a lot. But the deluxe edition is $310. The standard edition is $260. So the difference here, you're looking at what? $60? Yeah. No, 40, 50. It's $50. My apologies. It's $50. So the standard edition looks great. I like that they went for this more classic pose of, as we know, of Doctor Doom. Here you can see Doctor Doom. It's 12 inches tall. He is in a very classic pose, just like we saw in Bison, Mayor Bison from Street Fighter. Because the same pose is, crossed arms. Very cool looking. I like the way he's standing in the air with the base. It does have a bit of a modern look. Of course, we're looking forward to the Fantastic Four film. Looking forward to it. And I think the introduction of these characters into the MCU is something that people are expecting. It's something that we want to see. Very nice detail. You know, there's a lot of detail in his armor. A lot of detail in the armor. Very nice. I think that just the regular, just the way it is perfect. You don't really need to go crazy with it. Like you can just pay the $260 if you only need a, and I think this is a perfect representation of a Doctor Doom. Just perfect as it is. You don't need to do anything else. I like it. A lot of green in it and that base. Very, very, very cool depiction. However, we can go for the deluxe edition. Now the deluxe edition, the difference here, of course, has a little more extra stuff. And you can see with that arm, with that power, that is also very, very, very cool. And the thing is that you can actually, you know, there's a great thing about this one is that you can actually recreate this previous pose just like that, you know, with the cross arms, and you can have the effect on the hand. Now the thing is this that I've been doing about this line that they're doing, this cosmic line that they're doing, they're you know, fighting Thanos, which is this whole diorama that they're coming up with. I'm not necessarily a fan with the, you know, the infinite gauntlet, all that. I'm not necessarily a fan of the bases, the extended bases they do on the deluxe versions. They seem higher and taller. They make the pieces taller. Not necessarily the best way looking, and I'm not necessarily a fan of the way the stalactites or whatever, the things that they're holding in the air, the way they raise it up. I'm not necessarily a big fan of that. It's just the same base. The only difference here, of course, is this added, you know, extra thing. And it would be great if it was removable. You could remove it and have it and actually allow for people to have, you know, ways to display things taller. But, you know, in my opinion, it makes 110 scale figures too tall, you know, on display. And 110, the thing about 110 has always been, in my opinion, or my experience, is that 110 is always something shorter that you can display in smaller spaces. But now when you raise it up this high, then now you have an issue where you actually have the same height as 1/6 scale pieces. So at that point, might as well just have a 1/6 scale piece. You know, it's even taller than a 1/6. You know, it will be a lot shorter. So the other way will be what? Like we see, let's go back to this one. Let me just go back, just for reference here. It's 12 inches. 12 inches. Still pretty tall. 12 inches is pretty tall for a 110, but it's because it's in the air. Perfect scale for a 110. Perfect size. At 16 inches tall, you are definitely within 1/6 scale realm. You are higher than that. So do you really want that, or you start going into the 1/6? I don't know. It's just you know, just maybe it's just me not seeing it in a different perspective as a 1/6 scale collector. Maybe some people have no issue with it. You will have a display, but I feel that you're raising the statue, the height of things, and also on that the price point, and a necessary filler with the base being taller as that. And it doesn't necessarily feel like very stable in my opinion. Bases like that don't seem stable to me. I like when everything is sit on a flat surface. I think in a flat surface, a flat base allows for more stability for a statue. You don't need to go higher than that, but that's just my opinion. It's just, and you cannot remove it. It's just the way the base is. So honestly, the only difference between this, of course, is the taller base. You have the extra hand. You know, you can have the other effect like this, which is kind of cool. But ultimately, honestly, just this one alone, just the regular, it's just perfect. But that's just me. If you only need to collect, of course, this, you know, these pieces by themselves, you don't want to go extra with everything else that they're doing with the, you know, with the infinite gauntlet diorama that they're coming up with. And again, this is my opinion, because when I look at what they're doing here, let's see if we can see it. The pieces that have been released so far. Let me see if we can come out. Of course, we talk about a lot of these pieces. Let me see if we can see it right there. This is the Thanos, already on the wait list. This is Thanos Deluxe, which is going to be the whole collection that they're doing, as you can see. This Thanos. I'm not necessarily a big fan of this Thanos, to be honest with you. I think the hands are too big and the portrait is too small. So I'm not necessarily a fan. But they raise it up this way. And this is definitely going to be the inspiration of everything they're doing so far. Where you can see with Thanos. The portraits are nice. It's just the scale of the portraits what I'm not necessarily a fan of. So yeah, everything is gonna be around. They try to everything to be all within the same height. To be honest with you, do you really want that? Not necessarily again. And they have that's the deluxe edition, but they also have the collector's edition, which is this one. And I think with the collector's edition, you're more than well served. Of course, he only has one portrait. So ultimately, it's up to you. It just they want to sell you more, of course, you know, which is understandable. I just don't see the need of this extra long, tall bases to add more height to things. And they don't even seem stable. So I'm against it. I'm not a fan of that. So yeah, you know, it might be, and I've seen the videos, I've seen them, they look standing perfectly fine. But my fear is that something happens. And as you know, as a collector, you know that sometimes it could be moments where something, you think something is stable, all of a sudden you move something, you shake something, something shakes, or you live in an earthquake prone area, something happens, something moves, somebody just pushes something, all of a sudden this piece is going to be all over the place because it's just weird, you know. There's, you know, the weight is standing, it's not all flat. So I'm against that. I'm not against also the height. Okay, it's gonna give you more challenge to find a proper display for that, but at the same, you know, which you can work with. If you're doing 110 at that point, I'm like, I just go for 1/6, even quarter scale. My main concern again is just that it doesn't feel stable, and you're adding too much to the base, and that becomes less of the piece itself becomes less of an attraction. And I think the regular versions are better that way because the figure itself is the central point of attention, and that's all you care. It's all I care about as a collector when I'm creating displays. I just want to have something where the character that I'm on, that statue, on that display, is the focal point. That's what I care about. Maybe it was too, you know, I just have to give my 2 cents on that. I'm not necessarily always a fan of the things some companies come up with as solution to certain problems. All right, let's talk about the next thing, next statue company, and I want to take you, in this case, we're going to go to First for Figures. I haven't talked about First for Figures in quite some time. This company is always doing some really cool stuff. Now, you can find these statues that they're promoting here anywhere else. You can go to Sideshow, you can go to Big Bad Toy Store, but I'm coming here because, of course, as you know, when you come to First for Figures, you get extra promotional stuff when you buy directly from them. So that's the reason I do it. Right now, there's a promotion within the next 21 days, you know, within this month. You can get an extra discount, whatever you purchase. So I'd say just go for the discounts. But the new thing that they're doing is this Spyro the Dragon. If you're a fan of Spyro the Year of the Dragon, here's with a skateboard. So there are 3 different versions, as you can see. You're gonna look at each version. So this one right here, of course, you also have a method of a payment where they have a payment plan. You can choose the payment plan. You can pay the deposit. You can pay in full. Either way, you still get, you know, some sort of discount. So Spyro Year of the Dragon Spyro Skateboards includes, you get the skateboard painted resin statue. This is a resin statue. This is the cheaper version. Highly detailed base inspired by Spyro Year of the Dragon. Limited edition numbering and an authentication card. All right, so you place the order on or before April the 7th, 2025, 16, which is 4 p.m. Hong Kong time, to receive a USD $20 off early bird offer. So you get an early pre-order gift if you decide to purchase. So let's see if we can extend these photos. I don't know if you can see them there. Looking at them. So it's pretty cool. This is the basic one, you know, with the Spyro. And let me see if we can get the Sideshow, because Sideshow has a Spyro too. Here you can see. So there's only one version, okay, which is the only version I see here. So this is the regular version. And I think they make some changes to this, which I'm not necessarily a fan of the website. Hard to But you can see the effects. Very cool. You're you know, like there people there that they love to collect this type of thing. You know, they gaming stuff. And I think the Spyro is a character that has grown in popularity. I like Spyro. I used to play the PlayStation 1 games. You know, really fun, very kiddish, you know. Sometimes you just want to tune yourself out from things in the world and just want to just have fun. And here is that version. Now, there is a second version, $404. Let's see which one has. This one, you get a $25 discount on this one. The difference with the exclusive edition, the other one you will find at Sideshow 2. Now, the difference between this one and the one we just saw, this one comes with highly detailed base inspired Spyro. It comes with LED light up function on the flame, static and animated. So the difference with this other version, you will not find this at Sideshow. This is exclusive only to the website here. It has the light up feature. So I would say at this price point, the light up feature looks better. And it's on the base, as you can see. You see that effect on that. Try to see if I can open it. You can have a base with the limited edition number. Of course, that's it there. You got the two light up functions. So it has a flash and also an animated static. So you can have the effect with it actually flashing a little bit, or you can have it static. Either way, really nice. Let's see if we can do... I'm gonna look at Facebook. Maybe on Facebook we can see a video. As you can see there, the different versions they have. And of course they have other things that they've been selling there. So you can see all the different things that they're doing. They've been releasing also a lot of PVC stuff lately. Here you can see the different effects with the light up feature. Really look really neat. I'm not sure if we can see. I was trying to see if there was a video. I don't see it. In any case, so this one is a light up feature, which is great. Now let's say that you want the ultimate thing. You know, this is when you get the most expensive one. This is gonna cost you $500. The difference with this one, the definitive edition, only available here also, is that this one has the light up feature. It has the Spyro the Dragon, of course. Definitive edition includes the highly detailed LED light up function. We know that. You also get Sparks the Dragonfly attached to Spyro's tail, and comes with an additional Alex figure. So as you can see right here, you get the extra thing attached. This, you know, the Alex figure right there. And you get the Sparks the Dragonfly, his companion. It's always there. It's added to it. So this is maybe the difference. Yeah, it's a difference. What I'm saying is that this is what makes it different. If we look at all the different pictures that you can see. Here you have the regular. Looks nice without the light up feature. You don't need light up features. Very nice angles. That gives you an idea of the height. The resin statue, by the way, not PVC. And here you can see more of those pictures. Trying to see if there's any picture where we can see the detail on the exclusive version. Oh, this is the companion piece that comes with the definitive edition. All the pieces that they've been releasing, but here's the light up feature, pretty bright. And of course, the Dragonfly is part of the definitive edition, and you will have the exclusive edition. Looks nice too. So this is only available, again, it's only available at their website at First 4 Figures. So you're not gonna find it anywhere else. This is the place to come. Again, you know, it's up to you what you prefer. You know, it's up to you what you like. I personally think that looking at all the details, I think that ultimately it's a choice that you have to make. Again, I think just the regular is fine if you don't need all the flashy things or the light ups and all that. You don't care much about it, then you can go for that, or you simply go for for the regular one. But if you want to have everything, then the light up feature is cool. It's perfect with the exclusive edition. And if you want to have the extra companion piece, the ultimate thing, also for collectible value, then definitely you go for definitive edition. The only difference is you're going to pay $100 more for that a companion piece, plus, of course, the extra addition to the tail, all going to come attached. So it's up to you. So that is the way things work. All right, my friends, it is, I think I'm going to take a quick break, very quick, and then I'll come back. But when I come back, we have more to cover. I do have, just to give you an idea of the things that we still need to cover when I come back. And again, thank you, everyone. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. But when I get back, we're going to talk about Jimei, Palacework. We have Prime 1 Studio. We have Ling Studio. We have Trieagles Studio. Tiang So Good Studio. We have Tsume Art. So we have really a busy night. Pure Arts. We have Sideshow, and of course we have PCS and Hex Collectibles. So yeah, we still have some way to go. But I want to say thank you very much for your support and thank you for being with me tonight. So see you in just a moment.
I wish I could fall asleep. The problem is you. Oh, I got the other touch. Oh, you are my other touch. Do I trust forget you. Baby, I know everything, know it's about you. Now I'm joking, I'm looking for the bathroom. Round and round, yeah, round and round we go. Picture perfect, but so many flaws to stop you. I don't wanna ever see you in the same room. I open up and then you hit on all my issues. Round and round we go. We go. Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'm changing over. In the moonlight, I can't kill this feeling sober. So I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want you to remember me this way. I feel like that we're getting closer to a brand new night. The past is finally getting over. I really think it's time to say goodbye. I don't know what starts to control me. I let it go, another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want you to remember me this way.
All right, thanks for that break. I just went out, took the dog out in the backyard, so now I just don't have to walk the dog around. I just open the door, let the dog go and do its business. Then I have to clean it, of course. In the meantime, I was eating a molita. For those who are familiar with Mexican food, it's pretty good. So I got one. Not as good as the one I share from Tacos El Gordo, Taqueria El Gordo over there in San Diego. But hey, I just ordered that. My daughter called and says if you wanted something from this place that she likes to go. They sell real good tacos, taco truck that she likes to go, and she brought me that. I asked her for that. So that's cool. In any case, time to get back on track with the statues, and I'm gonna take you now. We are going to Spec Fiction. The reason we're coming to Spec Fiction, to give you an idea here, this company has been doing a lot of stuff. They do have a lot of different collectibles. A lot of the stuff that we're gonna cover today is here, and for that reason I'm here. And I want to start first with Jimei Palacework. This is something that also is available at Sideshow Collectibles. And actually, I might just go to Sideshow because I like their pictures there. But it's this piece right here. This one, League of Legends, Jimei Palacework, 1/6 scale statue. This is the Ahri, $549 for this piece. If you're a League of Legends fan, you can come to here. You can also go to Big Bad Toy Store. Very interesting piece. Of course, Jimei Palacework does amazing work. If we come to Sideshow, I can give you an idea where it's at. Jimei, right there, Jimei Palace. Of course, they've been running a lot of the stuff from the company. You can see a lot of different collectibles that they've been having. Now they're on sale, which is amazing. They do amazing work. We have talked about a lot of these pieces. Some of these pieces, not all of them, but we talk about a lot of the pieces that have been released here, like Big Mom and Kaido with Hakai. This it's a huge diorama. Already on the wait list, we talked Zatanna versus Laura Boros. We talked about it before. So there's a lot of different pieces, but this is the Ahri. $500. So the same price whether you choose Sideshow, you want to go to Spec Fiction, you're gonna pay the same price. But here you can see this piece. The scale of this 16.5 inches, which is it's a 1/6 scale. Beautiful depiction of this character of this game. You can see all these different tails, and the quality of the display itself. I really like how the skin, her skin looks so natural. Beautiful sculpt of the body for sure. She's really rocking that body right there for sure on that figure. Beautiful piece. Again, Jimei Palacework does amazing work. It does seem like it has light of features. I think extend all the way to the hand. I think that for the price that they're asking is pretty fair. And I don't play League of Legends, so to me it's like not really that important as a game. But there's fans out there who like it. And here you can see the League of Legends video from this is what was showcased at Sideshow at their website. The lighter feature, of course, in the hand, very nice. I love the trees and the red leaves on the tree, on that detail there. Jimei Palacework, as always, I think as the company has been growing, and the fact that now Sideshow is carrying Jimei Palacework, with before it was only carried by Spec Fiction. Some people companies that have to kind of export it, import it into the United States. And now that Sideshow is even carrying it, that tells you how they have grown in popularity. People are really liking what they produce here. And I love the detail. I think the price is fair for this 1/6 scale. Again, if you are a League of Legends fan, you're going to see the beauty on this piece. Even if you're not, you can definitely say that it's a beautiful piece for sure. And they did a really nice job with this. Beautiful piece from this company. Again, you can go to Sideshow, or you can go to you know, spec fiction. It's gonna be available on both. Beautiful, beautiful piece, no doubt. Now I'm gonna take you to the next company, and I want to take you to Prime One Studio. And you can also go to Sideshow. This is here. You can see this piece is going to be released next week. You know, we'll talk about it next week. But there is here the products that we're going to cover today. There's a few. We already covered the dog alien. But there's 3 pieces that I want to cover today. There's a lot of other things that you can see showcased here. But the first one I want to talk about in the 1/6 scale, we're going to talk about, of course, One Punch Man. And I'm going to talk about Genos. Again, this is also available at Sideshow. $600 for this one. This is the bonus version. Edition size is 350 pieces. This, we saw the presentation of this piece. Let me turn off the light, the music there, so we don't get penalized as normally happens. And this is the part of the video that was presented at the, you know, the next level showcase, the recent one. It's a beautiful statue for sure. You know, if you are into One Punch, you know, Man, then you're going to see the potential, the light of features here, the way they portray the diorama itself, the explosion and the clear resin creates that explosiveness. There is a beautiful representation of the character for sure. And I will tell you one thing. I think the presentation with Prime One Studio, again, it blows everybody's mind. It was not the best next level showcase, or at least didn't have all the characters that I care about. But make no mistake, I think the company continues to be a driving force, you know, continue to be an impactful company in what they're doing here. And here you can see it has 2 different portraits. The bonus version, of course, has the regular version, and then you got the bonus version with the angry face. But the level of detail here and the paint job in this model is just really great. It's very explosive, but it's a nice way to represent Genos for sure. Very cool depiction of the character. Again, not everyone is going to be into it, because not everyone, you know, a lot of people don't even watch One Punch Man or don't care much about One Punch Man or haven't read, you know, the manga. But I think, of course, you know, I think that was one of the things about the presentation over there, the next level showcase this time around. It really appealed a lot to the Asian market and also to the market that is more into the anime. There was a lot of that. A lot of people complain about it. I think it was perfect for that. You know, not everything has to be appeal to American Western audiences, particularly American market. Not everything has to be DC. Not everything has to be the things that we care about. Because Prime One Studio is a big company and they cater to a big, wide market. And one of the biggest markets is definitely Transformers. Has always been the Japanese market. That is the main market. And Asian market, which also consumes a lot of the statues for sure. They pay the price for these pieces. And they're not afraid to spend money on a lot of the statues. So yeah, I would say, you know, it's a beautiful piece. $600, it could be pricey. This is, again, for the fans of Saitama, the fans of One Punch Man. They're definitely gonna love it. Definitely they did a really nice job with this one for sure. And the next piece that I want to cover here today is this huge diorama that was another highlight for me from the presentation. Here you can see this video. This is Tomura Shigaraki, Dabi, Himiko Toga. This is, of course, part of My Hero Academia. This huge diorama, it's very expensive, 1/6 scale. The deluxe bonus version, edition size of 400. The regular version is going to be, you know, it's going to be open. But if you want the extra parts, everything, then you have to come here and get this. Also, it's available with Sideshow. That's the thing about the Sideshow's carrying also the deluxe bonus versions. There's not necessarily like, oh, it's only exclusive to the website of Prime One Store. You can go anywhere else and get it. Beautiful display. Of course, the diorama that did with the 3 main characters of My Hero Academia. Beautiful. Now this is the counterpart with the villains. And they did a really nice job. You got the swappable head parts for each character. So that is very good. Then you have Tomura, Himiko, and Dabi. And you can see all the different, you also, and which is kind of cool, the swappable title plates. You got the original My Hero Academia from, of course, the name of the the show. And then of course you have the My Villain Academia, which is cool. It's a really nice change. I do like the way they set up this display. I gotta be honest with you, and if you watch my live reaction, I mentioned this. I do like it more the way they did it here as they did in some way, the way they set up than the original. Although here you can see the background with this character in the back. Nice detail there. And you know, when they do these dioramas with all these characters together, I will tell you, Prime 1 Studio shines when they do, you know, a trifecta of things. When they do a trio of characters in one single display. Also, you come with the stands for the extra portraits, which is nice. It's a nice touch. Here you can see with Himiko, you can see the, I think that's her name, Himiko. Here you can see the portrait. I like this portrait, to be honest with you. The crazy portrait. Very nice the way she's displayed here. Nice detail in the eyes, nice paint job. And there's like 100 and some ridiculous amount of pictures here. They definitely go crazy with the pictures, but they take a lot of beautiful pictures. I think it's really nice with all the detail. I'm looking at it, you know, whatever angle you look, the detail is there. This is definitely, again, for My Hero Academia fans, if you already have the first diorama with the other guys, definitely this is the companion to it with the villains. A counterpart of things I think is great. I haven't really seen much of that lately, like, you know, dioramas that they actually counterparts with the villains. Something that I actually used to do back in the day too, with their characters. They, you know, and, you know, it's kind of cool. For those who remember, just to give you an idea, and I displayed the Sideshow X4's diorama, which I reviewed on this channel many years ago. Look at this. I used $42 used. Oh, broken parts. It's all broken. Oh, it's missing so many parts. And I reviewed it many years ago. Beautiful display, but you can see it's all broken. Missing a lot of parts, which sucks. You know, I remember I sold mine for a pretty penny because I got the exclusive many years ago. But they also not only they did that X-Force diorama, which you can see that's going at $1,000 nowadays, $600. I would say $500 would be the perfect price for it. But here's my video, X-Force diorama exclusive by Sideshow. That's actually my YouTube video. So that was it. But then they created another diorama. What's it? Sideshow Marvel diorama. What was that? The Angel? I don't remember. I forgot the diorama. The Dark X-Men diorama. Right there, the exclusive Dark X-Men. This was the companion to it, which was the villains itself to go alongside it. You know, the Dark X-Men, and then you have the X-Force. They were companions, both of them. This is a beautiful piece, and actually $290. Very few. It's not the exclusive. It's the regular. Well, actually, it's exclusive, but it says read description. Hopefully, it's not like something's broken. But this was the companion. So you know, so I should come out with those ideas of creating the counterbalance pieces back in the day. This is our old pieces. But the fact that, you know, like now I see the Prime 1 Studio doing the same thing with these dioramas. They're doing the good guys and then doing the bad guys as a trio. I think that is always cool. And it's nice that, you know, they're doing something like that. It's always cool to see the way companies, some of the ideas are being used before, they're being in plans before. Something that we have seen in the past. But now, of course, we're looking at a company as Prime 1 Studio as they do this huge, larger pieces with a lot more detail. Then definitely it's nice to see some things actually, regardless of the time, of the passing of time, some things remain the same. And I think excite people the same way, because I love dioramas, and I think dioramas, Prime 1 Studio has been doing amazing with dioramas they do for all sort of companies. So that is good. All right, so this is what I want to talk. You can go there. You can look at all the pictures. Again, this is also available at Sideshow. I can give you an idea. If we come here at the all the stuff that has been released, you can see it's available at Sideshow. So, you know, here you can see Tomura, Shigaraki, all these pieces are available at Sideshow, so you can actually find them there, which is great that they're doing that. Now, the next thing I want to cover here, and we still at the Prime 1 Studio, we're going to look at this right here, which is Saber. It's on the wait list here already sold out here at Prime 1 Studios website. However, you can still find her at Sideshow. Here you can see Saber. Let's see, it's right there. This is the ultimate version, so it's available here. They have the ultimate version here. But if you go to, you got the ultimate bonus version, you got the regular version. So just to give you an idea, $1,000, it is a Prisma win, so there's a combination. It's gonna have a lot of elements that are PVC, but also on the regular version, you're gonna see, on this version, Prisma win, you're also gonna see some resin stuff on the base, all that. So it's a mixed media piece with all the elements here. This is the regular version. I like the base. It's a huge base. They did a really nice detail on this one. So for those fans of Fate Stay Night, you have watched the anime, you have played the video games. I really don't. I have played the video games. Actually, I used to play the PSP fighting games. The PSP has some fighting games for this. They were kind of cool. I used to play because I love fighting games. Very nice detail on that base. Very nice detail on her armor and her body, and definitely they did a nice job in representing the character. And a very simple base, still $1,000 is a lot for a quarter scale piece that it has a lot of PVC elements. But it's already did well. As you can see, there's like 36 pictures. So this is just the regular version. And again, as a Prisma wing, it means here you can see he has actually polystone on the materials, which is kind of weird that they say that polystone on the material. So it appears that now it's like they're going for the Prisma win. Initially was just whatever they were doing with PVC, but it seems that they're also doing, you know, more polystone with it. And here are the characters also in the Prisma win line. I think Albedo is one of them. Prisma win, it's something that is hard for me to determine right with Prisma win. It's like a lot of things with Prisma win, it's hard to in the air. It's more like in some way kind of like the Bishoyo from Kotobukiya, like this pre-girl faces and stuff. And that's what they technically doing with Prisma wing. And here you can see the ultimate bonus version. But the detail on that base is great. And again, this was the showcase, and you can watch my live video reaction to it. But the difference with this, when now looking at the pictures, is that you have interchangeable parts. You got an ultimate bonus part, which is the sword in a different position, which actually, this is the way that I would envision the character more than the other way. But also look at this other parts. So the sword can be used in different ways. So there's 3 different ways to display this sword. And it comes with a stand. And also the portraits are different. So the ultimate version has, look at the regular portrait, the ultimate portrait, the hair is in the air, a little bit more messy. The armor has changed, as you can see on the ultimate version. The regular has the armor, the chest plate. Without the chest plate, you know, it's pretty cool. And the arms, the way the sword, the effect of the sword. So again, if you have to go for the ultimate, and particularly at this price point, definitely the ultimate version should be the way to go. Because $1,000, might as well just have the best thing they have to offer. And it's $1,300, so it's $300 more for all the extra parts, but I think it's worth it in the end because of the parts that they are showcasing here. It's pretty cool. Quarter scale piece, a lot of extra parts, a lot of the bonuses, the way this displaying. This is the bonus part, is the sword this way. But it's a beautiful way to represent the character. Nice, you know, with the body, everything. It's pretty neat the way they're doing it here. So again, Prime 1 Studio impressed at the showcase. In my opinion, they were very impressive. Yeah, a couple of things were not as interesting. Perhaps, you know, A lot of things could have been done better. Maybe reduce the time that they do. They did a lot of, it was more of a talk show in some way. But I think the company still has, and is still offering a product that is very desirable. And in some ways, top tier. Like, for example, this character, I haven't ever seen another statue. I've seen statues of Fate on the smaller scale PVC stuff from different companies, from Kotobukiya, from the Machinations, from all these companies. But nothing as special as this. I think this is the ultimate version of this character. And it appears, as you can see, that it's been selling well. It's already on the wait list here at Prime One Studio. So in Japan, it did well, and for international buyers. And it's available still at Sideshow, so you can go there, other places. But yeah, it's telling you that people are interested in this character. All right, so we're moving from Prime One Studio, and now we're going back to a Spec Fiction. And I'm going back to Spec Fiction because I want to show you the next piece in the line. The next thing that we have to showcase today. There's a lot of things to cover. There's a lot of pieces that are here, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. Because if not, I would have no time to do it. You know, it would be too much time here. But here you can see Battle Through the Heavens, this series that, you know, there is a TV series, there's so many things, graphic novels, a lot of things in China. This is a IP that is strong in China. And this studio that have never really know much about it, Ling Studio. This is the only piece that they have showcased so far. There's another one that is coming also based on one of those Perfect World, one of those Chinese licenses. But this Battle Through the Heavens, this is the Queen Medusa. Also, if you know, I have here in my notes is also Kaylin. That is the name of this character. It's almost $1,300. It's $1,235. It's a quarter scale piece, and it's super limited to only 298 pieces. It is a beautiful representation of this character. I was going online and looking at this character, all the different. I think they did a fantastic job in representing this character. Don't quote me about Battle Through the Heavens. I have known some of it. I've seen some of the stuff. I've seen some of the videos online. Even on YouTube, there is a channel. If you come to YouTube, Battle Through the Heavens. Battle Through the Heavens. It's an online. It's this here. You can see all these episodes focus on all this show and all this digital stuff. As you can see, there is like a big fan base out there that love these characters. This digital novel, you can call it. Here you can see Medusa. This is the character right here. So they're representing this character. I think she is the queen of the serpent clan or something like that. You know, I do some research, of course, before I make videos. But yeah, they did a nice representation here. Looking at everything, this is, of course, there's elements of mixed media here. It's a beautiful representation of the character and her power. The dragon in the back. It's so beautiful. The skin coloration. It's such a beautiful piece. And I will tell you, a lot of these Chinese companies are doing amazing work in representing these characters the way they're doing it. It's amazing the stuff that is being produced in China that sometimes we miss a lot here in the West. We don't see it. And I'm thankful and grateful for companies like Spec Fiction that normally bring and showcase this kind of thing, that gives us an opening to things that I normally don't get to see. Because I'm a member of many groups on Facebook, but many of those groups, or even forums, forums are a dying breed now. But you don't get to see a lot of that stuff in forums. So there's no places to go. People are talking about the stuff that is more in the West. A lot of the collectors talking about this stuff. Talk about the Batman stuff. They talk about the X-Men stuff, the Marvel stuff, the Sideshow stuff, Prime One Studio, and that's about it. But there's other companies doing amazing work. And if it is now for companies bringing their stuff like Spec Fiction and now Sideshow bringing some of their stuff, you would not know what companies are doing. And it's amazing to see that. And this is a beautiful representation of this character. This company, I think the price is fair for the amount of beauty that you can see right here. It's made out of resin, polyurethane, ABS, etc. So it's a mixed media piece with so many different elements. Beautiful piece. We'll see how it goes. And as you can see, Spec Fiction also has really nice shipping rates. It's free pretty much in the United States. For the shipping cost that they offer now is great. It's a beautiful piece, no doubt. And definitely, I need to pay more attention to this company. Let's see what else they produce. Now, the next piece I want to cover, And here also a spec fiction. I'm gonna talk about the next one, which is Trieagles Studio. We have talked about Trieagles in the past. And Trieagles as another quad scale piece. This is more part of something. I don't think it's a link to anything on media or a show or animated series or anything. It's just a particular series. It's called the Evolution series. This is called the Golden Age and by Love Cacao. I do not know who Love Cacao is. I think it's just the artists who come up with this inspiration. It's a quad scale. It's not inspiring anything. It's just a series of things. And look at this piece. Looks fantastic. Look at the detail of this piece. Now, let me look at the materials. It will be the same as the other. It doesn't really say, but more than likely this is a mixed media piece with all the parts made out of mixed media, you know, different elements. But looking at the skin, it's an artistic piece. Of course, it's, you know, pretty much a nude piece, but it's not fully nude, and it's artistic the way it is designed. Sometimes some companies produce pieces that are definitely more on the pornographic side. This is not something like that. And there's a display in the background. Again, I don't know much about this, but as soon as I saw this piece, I went through it, look at it. The detail is so well done. The skin looks like you're looking at silicone. I don't think it is. It may be. But it's such a fantastic representation of this character. Beautiful presentation with the sword. Beautiful presentation. The beautiful body for sure. The contour, everything. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And even though it's very sexy and the appeal is a very, very well done. Very nicely done. It's very artistic for sure. Also comes with an art print that goes with it. So it seems like, you know, it's based on the art print they come out with this statue. And I will tell you, the art print is nice, but I think the statue is even nicer. So if you like the art print to go with it, and then you create this, they did a really nice job. Trieagles always doing really interesting stuff. I covered things from this company in the past. Particularly, they're fantastic with the female characters. You can see some of the statues we have covered in the past. Beautiful pieces for sure. And you know, they're great. A lot of stuff is on pre-order. As you can see, a lot of stuff here is on pre-order. They've been having a lot of stuff on pre-order for a while. Hopefully some of the stuff is on the wait list. Hopefully some of the stuff has been released. I think some have. I think this Naraka from Blade Point, we talked about it before, is on stock. So yeah, they do have stuff, you know, and I think I saw a video somebody talk, and it looks fantastic. So this company, again, it's really doing really amazing work. They've been doing amazing work, and the female body, that's probably their specialty. That's what they do great. They do best, you know, and it's really cool to see this company doing something amazing. Now, again, I'm going to look at another piece, another one out of the blue in this case. We're not out of the blue, but something that we haven't covered before. And this is this Cammy statue quarter scale from Tiang Solwood Studio. Now, this company, I don't think I've covered things from this company before. Although, oh, well, actually, we have. We covered this piece right here, I think, the Senji Muramasa before. At some point, we talk about it. So, very sexy, more on the sexy side. There's a couple of pieces that we cover here. And one thing that they released before, as you can see, this Capcom 40th anniversary already. This the Chun-Li statue, 1/6 scale. We talked about it before. Beautiful piece. I don't know. We haven't talked about it. This one. This is a 1/6 scale. I will tell you, it's great. The body's great. The portrait's a bit small, but I like that they added the game. You know, the console. You know, the arcade in the back. Classic Japanese arcade. The style is cool. 1/6. Price is fair. $229. And only limited to 399, so not really that that much. It's made out of resin, polyurethane, ABS, and as you can see, very nice detail. I think the price is really nice for a piece like this. More on the artsy side, and definitely love the arcade theme that they're doing with this one. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece for sure. But today we're gonna cover this one. Although I seen this probably 2 years ago. I saw online in some presentations on Facebook. I saw the prototype presented in, I think, WonderCon, one of these festivals in Asia. Now it's available at Spec Fiction, and it's $545. I think it's an excellent price. It's going to release in the fourth quarter of 2025. I think it's a great representation of Cammy. Of course, the body looks great, but I love the detail, the way they're presenting this character with the clock tower and everything as part of the base. And of course, the contour of the body, that's probably the selling point. She looks fantastic. There's no switch up part, but you don't need it. You know, and I will tell you, the Street Fighters fans are getting a lot of love lately. We have covered, just today, we cover action figures, we're covering statues. There's so much product out there for Street Fighter. And this is one of the pictures that I saw on the presentation in Asia. You can see. That was Wonder Festival. That was 2022. That tells you a lot. You know, it's been 3 years since it was showcased for the first time. And in Shanghai. So it's been that long, 22, 23. Because normally it's always in the winter time when they do this. Beautiful presentation in quarter scale. Look at the portrait, very nicely done, very nicely painted. Although I'll tell you, that person needs to cut those nails, man. I don't know if you can see those nails. Ooh, they're too long. But, you know, I think sometimes in Asia, it's a sign of prosperity to have long nails for some people. I think I've heard some of that. I don't know if it's a tradition that's still maintained for a lot of people until now, but it seems that it's very traditional in some way for a lot of people who are traditional. So, yeah, it looks good. You know, it's a very nice piece. And again, this company, Tiang Suwood Studio, it's one that we need to pay attention. They do all stuff. I'm looking for that. Is Slug, a Metal Slug X Fiolina. They call it a Fiona, as we know it here. We're gonna look at that. That jury is also there. So there's a couple pieces here. Interesting what this Chinese company is doing. Looking forward to more stuff, more reveals as time goes along. But yeah, pay attention to that. Supposedly it's gonna release this year finally, and Spec Fiction has some ready to pre-order. Now let's move to the next thing, and I'm gonna take you actually to Tsume art. Although I will tell you, with this piece you can actually order here. This is not what I want, but we're gonna just do main. You can also, just for reference, Bojack right there. You can actually also get it as Spec Fiction. Spec Fiction also carrying Tsume art. Right there, as you can see. Bojack, so the movies, part of the movies collection. But here you can see Bojack limited edition to 700 pieces. This is a quarter scale. Very, very impressive piece. Looking at the pictures there. Of course, exclusive 749 euros. Which translate to 1,095, of course, here. And of course, you got free shipping, all that, which is offered over the included out. That's what I like about the way Spec Fiction has been pricing stuff. But it's made out of polyresin. Only 700 made. But when we look at the pictures of this, and this is part of their movies collection, and this character, as you can see, huge. He is huge. But I like the base. They're not taking anything from the character. The central point is this museum pose of this character, and that smirk in his face. The paint job is excellent on this piece. I love the detail on that base. It's very nicely detailed without being overboard, and it looks classy in my opinion. Very nice detail, nice paint job. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Again, Tsume Art really knows how to bring. There's a lot of companies producing a lot of anime stuff. But I think what makes Tsume special in my book is that what they do it very, the presentation is really well done. It's just very exquisite display. You know, some companies go overboard. There is so much stuff going and happening in the display or diorama that it takes away from the beauty of the character, because you want to concentrate on the character. And of course, you know, there's a difference between a statue and a diorama. You know, when you want a statue as a museum pose, or even a sim-action pose, the point is the statue, the character itself. When you're building dioramas, it's different. But yeah, I think the great part is that, in my opinion, you know, what they do is like they really showcase the best. And I like the hair, or they trying to, they make it, the Tsume makes it in a way where at the end of the day, the focal point is always the character, and that's what are you actually paying for. You want to see the character. Very nice display here. Now, if I go to Here you can see, I don't know if there's any different pictures here, because I saw some other pictures. You're not gonna find it here, so I'm going to take you to Facebook. Art. And I saw some pictures. I think it was Facebook, perhaps, where I saw it, or perhaps I someplace else. But I saw some of the presentations, what they were doing. Or maybe you can go to the Instagram and you can look at them. But they were showcasing some of the stuff that they have in Europe. I know, yeah, they were showcasing some, and they look very, very impressive. I think Tsume, and I don't see it here, so it wasn't there. But I'll tell you this: I think the company continues to be impressive. You know, Tsume, it's hey, what's up, my friend? Everyday collector, how are you, my friend? Tsume art community. Maybe we can see it in Tsume art community. I don't see it there. I think it was on Facebook. I know I saw it on Facebook. Maybe one of the groups showcasing this stuff. Look at this. I'll tell you, the Tsume community. It's so inspiring in some way. Like they love it. They defend this company. This company has a strong community for sure. And there's a lot of people who love what they do. Here's another group, Tsume collectors. I want to see if I can see any more pictures. We might have to look at media. I don't see it there. But yeah, I saw a couple of presentations. Of course, this statue has been around in different places, so of course you're gonna see some people presenting stuff like it's been in different presentations and different conventions. You see a couple of those models, so yeah, trying to find it is hard, so try to remember everything. This is the thing, this is what happened throughout the week. You look at the stuff in passing and then you forget where you saw it. I think you probably know that. But yeah, I'll tell you, this is a great piece, a quarter scale, pretty large. I saw the video, pretty large in the presentation, very impressive, right next to others. I think again, Tsume, it's really doing I don't know. I'm looking at their website here, right here. This is where we're gonna look. It was Instagram. Okay. Asking me to log in, which I want to log in here. But here you can see, you can come to Instagram. You can see the videos of the presentation of this piece. Very interesting, very impressive. They did a really nice job with it. Again, Tsume continues to be an impressive company. And they do have a lot to offer for anime fans out there. Yeah, they're super great. So yeah, hey, what's up, OG Gamer? How are you, my friend? Thank you for stopping by too. So again, this company continues to be impressive. Tsume continues to be impressive, and I love what they're doing here. Beautiful piece, no doubt. Pricey, of course, but it's a quarter scale, large in size. This character is large in size, so definitely that's reflected on the scale and reflected on the dimensions of the piece. Now, the next company that I want to talk about, and in this case, I'm going back to Sideshow. And going back to Sideshow so I can cover Pure Arts. Let's see if we can get it here. I can go to their website too, but I'm going to come here because I like the pictures. And this is the... Hey, Sam. Fam, how are you, my friend? Thank you for stopping by. Animus, Naoe, I think it's Naoe, and Yasuke. This is from the upcoming game, I think. I think it's an upcoming game. But here it's $1,300 for this piece. And this is... The edition size is too large. And this is the part where I'm like, not necessarily a fan. Because it's so expensive. I don't understand why they decide to go for $1,300 for this. That is too much in my opinion. But when you have 2,250 pieces on this display, look at this one. I like the whole thing, and I'm not, get me wrong, and that's something that Pure Arts does amazing. The light of features, the way they do the effects is super, super great. This is super tall, 31 inches tall, and that is because, of course, the character is on top of this rooftop. But I love the pagoda style, you know, of the rooftop, and I love the way they do the effect of the sun in the background. It's such a nice way to depict this, and the detail on the character. The statues are nice. I like his portrait. You know, the detail is nice on the statue. The sunlight in the background, the light up feature in the background, that is definitely excellent, and I love the detail. I think Pure Arts has been doing really amazing work. I wanted to talk about Pure Arts more often. I do want to. But I definitely feel like you know, for some reason or another, other companies come in the spotlight all the time, so I don't get the chance to talk about it. But this is a great way to represent, and look at the detail in the armor. This is, you know, when I get the opportunity to talk about Pure Arts, I try to talk as much as I can, because I'm impressed with this company, this Canadian company, you know, which there's not that many, you know, that I know. This is the only, I think, only Pure Arts, the only Canadian company that I know so far. But they're doing really an amazing work constantly when they're presented, and they're definitely catering to that audience who loves the video games. And look at that. And the light of features, they do excellent work. And, you know, I've seen some of the pieces, and I'm always impressed by what Pure Arts is doing. But I think this is one of the most impressive. Of course, you know, this is part of their collection they've been doing, which they're known for. Of course, let me show you this. When they do this type of statues, they really impress. When they do the large scale, the Assassin's Creed stuff, they're very impressive with it. But as you can see, they still have like Gerald of Rivia, for example. They have now the 6-scale figure. They have the statues. They have other things, you know. Some of the things I don't care much about. But I think when they do this craziness, when they put light of features, I think they're great at doing stuff like that. And it's great to see this company. I hope that they can continue. This year can be a better year for them. I think last year they had certain potential. To be honest, they could have made it better. Clearly, yeah, in some way, yes. You know, I would tell you, I agree on that. I think they could have done some things better. But I think that when they really push on that side, you know, they could do a lot better. As a quarter scale, this is a large piece. Some things, maybe, perhaps the portraits, I'm not as a fan. Her portrait in some way, it seems a bit plasticky. Looks like a plasticky toy in some way. Maybe it's just the picture. Hopefully, the final product has more detail. His portrait, of course, his skin is darker, so it looks a bit darker. But hopefully, it matches, you know, the final product, the prototype. But I like the concept. With a lot of features, it's gonna look really nice. So yeah, it's just the price. What I feel that it was too much. But yeah, they can say it was 2 characters in one. Some way, I do like the definitely the background, how it plays with the whole scene. I would like to see this in person. Hopefully, we get to see it at Sideshow Con or soon in one of those events. I would like to see it a video for a 4K video of that piece. That will give us a better idea of what they're working here, what we're working with. But yeah, it's a nice piece. Definitely Pure Arts is still pushing the Assassin's Creed. As long as they continue to build Assassin's Creed games or release Assassin's Creed games, I'm sure Pure Arts is going to continue producing statues for them, because they have this very strong collaboration with what is that, the company that produces the games. Just keep my mind right now, which is the company right now. It's, you know, for some reason I just lost the train of thought. Any case, whatever. It is what it is. You know, thinking a lot of things right now. So that is what Pure Arts is doing right now. The Animus, Naoe, and Yasuke quarter scale. All right, so there are still a couple of things that we gotta cover for the night. And again, I want to say to all of you who stopped by, thank you very much for being here, for being supportive. Want to welcome everyone. Thank you again, Batman Knight, Everyday Collector. Thank you for stopping by. OG Gamer, Sand Fam, thank you very much for stopping by. Let me drink some water. All right, let's go to the next thing. And now I want to go to Sideshow Collectibles. Sideshow has 2 pieces that I want to cover today. And I think they are really good, and good thing that we're here at Sideshow. And let me go. So I am taking you back. Let's go to Sideshow here. And there are two pieces that I want to cover today. The two pieces that they release, one this week, one last week. But of course, we have the Prime 1 Studio, the next level showcase. I didn't get the opportunity to talk about it, but I want to cover this one right here, La Muerta. Coffin Comics. This was showcased last year. We have the presentation, we have the art to go with it. And let me review some of that so we can actually finally read some of the details here. The price for this one is $695. A very interesting looking hot representation of La Muerta. And here you can see this is the collaboration with the Coffin Comics. This is technically the first, if I'm not mistaken, statue they produced for that. They have done the art prints and stuff, but now they're doing this. Now on the detail side, we have Mark Newman, fantastic as always. Mark is a fantastic sculptor. There's no doubt. Every time he is involved in a project, you know it's going to be good. Ian McDonald, he is a designer, and the Chi Zuma is the painter. Sideshow Design Development team involved the whole process. So this is a great team, of course. Everyone who works at Sideshow is someone who is good and is known in the pretty much in the hobby, and known in the inner circles as one of the greatest, because they're great for sure. All right, so here we have to see La Muerta. This gives an idea how you can represent this. This is not something that I personally would like to display. You know, I'm not necessarily a big fan of La Muerta, of the comic books. But Mark did a fantastic job with that coffin in the background. And definitely the silhouette, her body is excellent. This chica looks great for sure. As you can see. Very nice detail. Just holding those guns. Very nice detail. Definitely, she looks very chola. You know, as a Mexican, I can see the chola design here. Of course, from it all goes back to the comic book. Don't mess with this chola. She will tear you apart for sure. But here you can see very nice detail. Now, I can see, maybe it's the angle of the picture, that it might be some leaning if this is not well secure. Hopefully not. You can see La Santa Muerta in the background, something that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't get this piece. That is for sure part of the whole appeal. Nice detail for sure. It doesn't detract from the art style and the detail and the work that Mark did here, Ian McDonald. Yeah, she looks cool, Daniel. She looks great. Very nice detail. The paint job is excellent. Chi Suma is always doing amazing work with the paint. The portrait, you can see definitely the Chicano experience here, the Chicano like influence in the art and everything. They nail it, in my opinion. And the art print was already cool. Here's the Santa Muerta in the background. You can see the skull in the front. Yeah, Los Muertos, you can say that. The roses, the candles. Very nice piece. And here you can see this quick video. Turn around, 360. Very nice detail with the hair. She's definitely has a killer body for sure. And she's a killer for no doubt about it. So it's another addition. This is the thing with Sideshow, kind of works on this style of things. They're phenomenal. You know, the Sideshow does amazing work when they do this type of thing, like monsters or obscure characters or femme fatales. They just great. And La Muerta is definitely a testament to that and what they've been doing. And if we look at that, let's see if there is something else for La Muerta. Because there was that art print. Well, this is we talked about this La Muerta statue a long time ago, produced by Quarantine Studio. Sold out already. This was one that we showcased here. This is for Quarantine. I'm telling you, the one that Sideshow did is better. Although this one wasn't bad, but this is a tiny little, I think it's 1/6 or less, or smaller. Very beautiful presentation of La Muerta here, but I think Mark did a really nice job too. Different style, different representation. I thought there was an art print somewhere, but it appears not. So let's see. This is what showcased at Sideshow Con last year. Often comics. I don't think it's gonna come up. Of course, we had Lady Dead, all that. So which are characters also from that. But yeah, and this also were done by Quarantine Studio, if I'm not mistaken. This is Quarantine. Waiting for this. Yes, I'm 18. Yeah, it was also made by Quarantine Studio. We talked about it when this one was announced. Sometime, it was last year or 2 years ago or something, but we talk about this when it was announced. But here you can see, I think this is a great piece. You're a fan of La Muerta, you're a fan of this character, so you're okay with these characters like this. You're definitely gonna see an appeal. I think this is the best representation of La Muerta that has been done so far in any scale, so it's great. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about, going back to Sideshow, we're in Sideshow, but we're still going back to what Sideshow produces here. Let me take you to a piece that was announced last week, but because of Prime One Studio, the showcase, we didn't get the opportunity to discuss. But here you can see Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is a art print that is coming very soon. There's going to be a great companion for the actual statue. And I'm telling you, this statue, it's impressive for sure. Let me see if we can see it. I think we maybe didn't even notice it was there. Oh, I skipped it for some reason. I'm getting old, man. My eyesight is not as good as it once was. The heck? I don't see it. Oh, right there. Right there. It's right there in the corner. Right, Admiral Thrawn is hiding from me. All right, this piece, this is... Again, let me reduce this. Enlarge it so I can read it better. I use my laptop for this. Here, beautiful representation. One of the highlights for me at Sideshow Con last year. Now fully painted. And here you can see Shikesh Mohan Nandlaskar. I think that's how you pronounce the name. My apologies, sir, if I mispronounced your name. You did a fantastic job. That's all I know, is that you're a great sculptor. You did a really nice job. I love what you did here. Now, Rachel Rubisek is the designer. She's been involved with Sideshow for a while, so I know Rachel. Ed Bradley, a good friend of this channel. He has been invited to the channel a couple of times. He's been in the podcast twice. Love Ed. He's a great guy, a good friend. I know him for years, since the era of the forums back in Statue Forum. That's when I met him. Very cool guy. Very, he's always been gracious to me. I appreciate. And he did a fantastic job as a painter here, but he didn't do it alone. Also, Kat Sapine, another phenomenal painter from Sideshow. Both of them, they team up on this, and they did a fantastic job in doing so. So now, when we're looking at the pictures, and this girl is showcasing this, I think this is a phenomenal piece for sure. Look at the detail there. The way they did it, there's no special exclusive, there's no bonus part, it's just this piece, which looks fantastic. I love the chair, the paint job is excellent. The detail, there's no light-up feature, it doesn't need it. It's just the way you represent this master tactician. Grand Admiral Thrawn. If there is a character that has been influential in the Star Wars universe, if there's a character that was never part of the original trilogy, that has been more influential than any other, is gonna be Grand Admiral Thrawn. Since its introduction in the, when you're talking about the comic books, when you're talking about, well, not the comic, you're talking about the novels, the Thrawn trilogy, you're talking about when he was introduced, what was 1994 and heir to the, no, it was 1991. It was Heir to the Empire. That was the first novel where he was introduced. And of course, then you have the following year, you got Dark Force Rising. And then you had The Last Command, which is the last novel piece. These novels, of course, are written by Timothy Zahn, are so classic for Star Wars. It created this whole persona after the downfall of pretty much the Empire, in pretty much on the ruins of it. This master tactician comes out of those, and to develop the Empire. And the novels were phenomenal, that really kicked in the extended universe, as you can call it, that the extended universe that was part of for Star Wars in the comics with Dark Horse Comics. So amazing. Of course, now considered legends, but we have seen the character come back. Of course, we have seen it now because we saw Rebels. Of course, he was involved in the Rebels TV show. And of course, also in Ahsoka with the same actor. What was his name again? Lars Mikkelsen. He was the voice on the TV show and the animated series. Also, he was portraying the character in the series in Ahsoka, which in my opinion was fantastic. He's the perfect voice for the character. And here they honor him because in many ways, a lot of people think about it. They also think about him, and they honor the actor by actually having a portrait, an alternate portrait that represents him as he was on Ahsoka as the actor. And in my opinion, it's a very nice job that they have done here. And as you can see, it looks really, really neat. Grand Admiral Thrawn looks fantastic. And it's sitting there 7 inches tall. Look at the detail in the background. Very nice chair. I'm telling you, they did a really nice job in representing this character. I think this is the way you do it. This is the way you represent this character. The way you're supposed to do it. And my apologies, I get distracted. I just heard my dog barking. I'm not sure if it's okay. I want to make sure everything is okay. Let me put you on hold for a second. I'm going to check my dog because I just hear him barking. So I apologize for the intrusion. I just want to make sure he's okay. So I'll be right back. It's just barking in the back, right there in the backyard. So I'm not sure why he was out anyway. He wasn't supposed to be out. So I'll be right back.
No time for daydreams. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top 2. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they colossal. Black trader black, she messiah to the misfits. Run circles, run these rappers to my shit splits. You a little late to the party, baby, I've been lit. If you ain't on the friend list, you better mind your business. Ooh, got the party jumping like crisscross. Ooh, got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Ooh, pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for piss stops. Ooh, got the party jumping like crisscross. Ooh, got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Ooh, pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, cause my strong.
Sorry for that. My apologies. It was just my daughter that let the dog out. Her dog. He has a big dog. And it was barking. My other dog was barking too. I think barking because they're playing or something. But I wasn't sure if it was something worse. You know, sometimes you know how it is with dogs. They can get in trouble with neighbors and things like that. And so I wasn't sure. But it's taken care of. So they're okay. But thank you for your patience. But yeah, looking back now, I can concentrate on this because I was like, man, that was distracting me. But in any case, here you can see Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is the video, the showcase from Sideshow. Beautiful picture, beautiful paint. The detail on that, the detail, the red eyes, how deep they are. Very nice job. His outfit, so well manicured. Of course, he is a military man. That portrait looks fantastic with the actor's face from, you know, from Ahsoka. You saw Ahsoka. It's such a well done diorama. Let me just restart it because, you know, again, look at the detail there. Very nice on the chair. The, you know, Kat did a fantastic job on this paint job. It's very clean, but doesn't mean just because it's clean that they haven't added that detail. You can see even the different types of black. You can see in the boots and the hair, all of that is not just one black, there's differences. Very nicely detailed. It's a beautiful piece. This is, in my opinion, one of the best statues. And it's a very simple in so many ways, but it's one of the best Star Wars statues that they have produced so far. Because it's simple and because it's well done without doing craziness on it. I think they did it good. And again, if you are really heavy on Star Wars, if you really love Star Wars and you are invested into these characters, particularly these old characters, you're going to see the value. One of the most influential characters in Star Wars that never really had an opportunity on TV until now. But was not part of the original movies. People who only love the movies, they don't probably not recognize Grand Admiral Thrawn, but those who have been invested themselves to the novels, to the comic book, to the extended universe, to the legends now, they're definitely going to see the potential, the value in this terrific character that has been a villain for a long time, and now lately has been more an anti-hero in some of the new novel stories they created. It's a character that has so much richness, the same way as Darth Vader had, you know, because Darth Vader can be considered a villain but also an anti-hero. So yeah, it's cool to see him, this character, the way he's shining right now. All right, so this is what Sideshow produced right here. Now let me take you to the next piece, and I'm gonna take you to PCS Collectibles, because I'm gonna show you the next piece. I don't know when when he does this. And I'm gonna take you right here and now, Premium Collectibles Studio and PCS. We're coming to PCS because I want to show you the new piece that that was released this week that really has a lot of people's attention, which is this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. If you're a Ghostbusters fan, you're definitely gonna love it. I love dioramas and I love these. You know, this combines two things that I love. I love dioramas. I love Ghostbusters. $14.75, so it's not for the faint of heart. This is an expensive one for sure, but of course, it's such a beautiful depiction. You can see if your current price reflects early bird pre-order window price, an additional $74, 500% back in PCS loyalty points when it item ships. So you get, you know, if you buy directly from them, I don't know if they have it at Sideshow, I didn't see it there, then definitely you're gonna get some special discount. But when you look at this, I love the different portraits. I love the buildings. The only thing I would have loved for this is for that to have LiDAR features. However, you can still maybe add some LiDAR LED lights on it just to create that window effect. That would have been great, but I don't see any LiDAR feature. But it does have the different portraits, interchangeable portraits. And the height is 29 inches in height, pretty high. 18 the depth, and 27 inches is the width. So it's pretty large. But it looks great. You see the vehicles in the back. Again, I think the only thing that I really look at this that I would love to see is to have LiDAR features at this price point, just to give more of that, you know, to make it more impressive, to exaggerate some of the details of the light ups in between. That would have been the nicest thing, and I don't think it would be that expensive. But yeah, again, you can still add up some of those light up features yourself through the windows. I think you can, because I think I see that the windows have openings. So I'm guessing that you can manage to do something. But look at the different details with the different portraits, with the you see the happy one, the angry one, the like a little bit playful one, like a mischievous one. This is the happy one. Look at the patrol cars, the taxi cab at the bottom of the street, on the street, and then of course happy face. Huge character. This is one of the most memorable moments from the movie, in my opinion, when you see him walking. It was a memorable moment, as I remember. And you can see in the background, although I don't know where you can set up any light up features. Now I was looking at it. Now I don't see a place where you can insert something. You have to find a way. I think you can. On this side, it appears, yeah, well, this part where there's nothing in between, you might be able to do something there, light up feature to put against it. I would recommend to have that light up feature. It would be nice if they add at this price point. They should have added. Other companies that you can show pure art, they're adding light up features and they're really good at it. Wouldn't be inexpensive. But I love the water tower there. Beautiful representation there. Oh, there's another taxi cab in the back. Very nice detail. Too bad that there's no people there. It would be nice to have like a little people running around. That would be great too. Very nice detail. I like it. You know, it's a nice job. Again, it's for the for Star Wars, for the Ghostbusters fan, this is definitely an ultimate representation of the Marshmallow Puffman. And I think it's really well done. They, again, 1475 Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And yeah, why not? You know, if you are, you can see what they've been doing so far with the other pieces in their collection. You know, they think, you know, they've been really killing it with the stuff the PCS has been doing lately. They started kind of slow this year. Last time we talked about 2 weeks ago, we talked about that diorama with the Darth Vader diorama, which looks fantastic. That bus looks amazing. And now this is the second piece that I've seen. They have released other things, but you know, they're kind of slow still. I think building momentum. You know, I want to say that I want to see what PCS does this year. As we get closer to the summer, we're going to see a lot more from them. And really looking forward to what PCS has to offer this year. To me, they were the best company because of the variety of things they released last year. They did a lot of things. Maybe this year they concentrated more on release time and trying to get this stuff done and delivered to the consumers, which is important. I think companies should also concentrate on that instead of just simply releasing stuff. Something that has hurt some companies because they have released a lot of pre-orders, but they're not releasing stuff on time. And that really hurts your reputation. People don't want to buy anymore. Some companies have come to manage that really well, like Sideshow Collectibles is releasing stuff very quickly. They are having the pre-orders and they matter of months, it's already out. And that is the way you want to do it. You want to keep that momentum. And I think PCS also needs to build on that. And I think they're working on it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is what they released. And finally, now at the end of the day, we have another company. And I want to talk about Hex Collectibles. Now, Hex Collectibles, you can also find this at pieces that I want to, if you're into replicas, then definitely you look at everything Hex has done. Yes, Hex has done a lot of cool things. A lot of different statues. But what I want to cover today is this here. And as you can see, there's 3 things here that I want to cover. Although there's one thing missing here that it's not here, but we can find a spec fiction. Okay. I think I close this thing. Spec fiction. All right, so we're gonna look at spec fiction, and I'm gonna use this for reference here. I'm guessing this is going to be released at some point, but we don't know yet. But of course, Hex Collectibles, company that's done a lot of anime stuff, beautiful statues of all sort of things, beautiful representations into the anime world, but also they've been getting into the replica stuff, World of Warcraft. And here you can see the 4 things that are released here. Sideshow, they have, I only see 3. I don't see the big sword. So I am going to, oh, actually it is there. Okay, so you can come to Sideshow, you can go to Spec Fiction, it's up to you. But first, they have this small replica, the Frostmourne sword. This is the collector's edition. This is the replica. A tiny little replica, $140. So you want something just for your display, something very small. You know, you want to have the pedestal with the sword. Then this one is perfect. I think it does have a light up feature. Or it appears so, maybe. Very cool. Blizzard Entertainment. Very nice. You can see as an idea, give you an idea of your display. If you have your computer, your laptop, your screen, everything, you can just put it right there on the desk. So it's a really nice sword. It's not movable. You cannot remove it from the pedestal. It's just there. Nice detail, $140. I'm not sure. I think this is probably also made out of metal, which would be great. Trying to see the details there. It doesn't really give us what's inside the box or what kind of details it has. It has an LED light remote. It has a remote control, which is great. On the additional, it has LED, it has zinc alloy. So yeah, it has die-cast elements and polyurethane. So yeah, it does have all the elements of a little, you know, something that you can have as a replica display. Now, the same thing, you can find it here. This is again, the 20th anniversary, 165. It's a little more expensive. The good thing about Spec Fiction is that you don't pay ship in the US and in Canada, Australia, Europe, technically everywhere. You know, right now the shipping rates are fantastic, I think, if I'm not mistaken. They're doing amazing work on the way they're doing the shipping. So that is great. So yeah, that is good. Now, the next thing they showcase is the sword itself, which is this one right here. You can get the pedestal and the sword separate. Now, the pedestal is $605. So let's look at the sword first before we get into the pedestal. I'm choosing here. I'm gonna choose the sword. The sword is the most expensive thing. It's $1,500 here. The same thing can be said if you come here and find it here. It's $1,500 and you get it here as Spec Fiction. So whatever you choose, you're still gonna pay a pretty penny. This is a fully replica. It's a full replica. It's metal alloy of this sword, and it's 49.2 inches. The stand, the pedestal is sold separately. It's gonna be $1,600. So technically, you're spending over $2,000 for this. Not for everyone. It's for the people who are really love this game and they're invested in this game and they need to have the ultimate presentation of the sword. And look at the details there. It shines, it's bright, it's a beautiful sword with a lot of detail. The inscriptions in there, even the hilt of that sword looks great. It looks really neat. And I think that's a showcase there just for that, you know, in the eyes. Very nice detail, very expensive. Now, if you want the pedestal where you can insert it, that's gonna again cost you $600. So again, it's gonna be over $2,000 to get the whole display. But that is the same as we saw the tiny little thing for your desk. If you don't have the money for this, you can have the small thing on your display. That's all you will serve. But you have the extra cash laying around, and you want to have the ultimate thing. Then this sword here, you have the pedestal, and that pedestal looks really, really neat. Now, I don't think it has. Actually, it does come in. There's a connection, it seems, for the light up feature. So it does have a light up feature. It appears. Let me look at the details. LED power supply method. So it has a USB power, as we saw, which is good. You can charge it. It doesn't need batteries, which is, in my opinion, the way to go. The pedestal is there. $2,000. You want the little thing or you want the big thing? It's up to you. How much money you have to spend, and you're willing to spend on this. So that is great. Now, there's the last thing I want to showcase here on this today, which is this. Also, within the same collection, this is 185. This is the War Glaives of Asenath, and this is very cheap price-wise. This big, it's a very small, not really big. It's like the other. So are they going to also come up with the big one? Who knows? But this is just to give you an idea. Also, as you saw with the sword, you can have it in a small display. You know, very cool. Although I prefer the sword, but that is for detail. I'm guessing at some point they also come up, we're gonna have the big one. They're gonna have the huge display. But that sword itself, it's just perhaps the biggest thing. It's more expensive here. You can see $220. More expensive when you buy it here. from a Spec Fiction. It's a big difference. I'm not sure why. So, but yeah, you can get that. The Frostmourne sword with the pedestal. You can get the worklets, those blades of Astronaut. You can get those little things. You can get the big thing. It's up to you if you have the money for it. It's kind of cool what Hex Collectibles is doing. Of course, Hex Collectibles has been doing a lot of different things over time, over the years. Primarily on the Animus stuff, they do a lot of that, but also they do this stuff, of course, for World of Warcraft. And we'll see what's next for this company. Definitely they're showcasing a lot of interesting things. Here you can see Spec Fiction has been carrying them longer than Sideshow has. So you can see a wider variety of products here. And some such as many of them we have covered in this channel many throughout the years. We have covered them. Which is great. So I'll tell you this now, really coming to the end of this video. I want to say to all of you, thank you very much for being here with me. Appreciate it. It's always a privilege and a pleasure to spend time with you, to talk about collectibles and to share my point of view. We have covered a lot of different toys, action figures today. You know, normally I want to do this videos in an hour. You know, I don't really want to talk forever, but it gets it's so exciting to talk about collectibles that I kind of lose my train of thought sometimes, and I have to kind of ramble on some things, but also because I add more details to things. And you know, live videos, you cannot really control. You cannot edit the live videos, so it's just the way it is. But it makes it more natural and more organic, in my opinion, but also allows me to really look at this stuff and really have fun with it, with you, and share that. Definitely, the companies are doing amazing work, for sure. They are really pushing the envelope more than ever. This year, there's a lot of things are happening in the world, with, of course, with the situations, you know, political situations, economic situations, how these companies are going to change, how these companies are going to evolve, how these companies are going to respond. That's something that we need to really kind of keep an eye on. I think the response of these companies in this upcoming years, this year is going to be very important. The way that's the thing that how they respond this year is going to determine the way we're going to see a lot of things in the years to come, at least within the next 10 years or so, for the next decade. We'll see, of course, you know, because things change so fast and drastically in anything in the world, and that is the same thing that happened in this hobby. Things change so fast, the economy changes so fast, companies trying to be profitable, trying to stay afloat, trying to sell the product, but of course sometimes things become more difficult. The tariffs, you know, fear that exists nowadays, a lot of those things can affect the way we do trade with other places. And a lot of, again, these products are manufactured in China. Are they going to be a shift of that into other parts of the world? Only time can tell. But so far, I think companies are understanding the task, and they are understanding what they need to do. Some companies, like we saw with the action figures, the Storm Collectibles, also they going towards a cheaper product. They're selling still their high-end product, but they're also selling something in between. Companies, as we saw here with Hex Collectibles, they produce something for the high-end market with the big sword and the pedestal, but also they produce something that is more reachable, that is closer to the average collector, you know, $200 for something you can put in your desk, and you know, things like that. Those, I think that's the response that you have to get from companies. You know, how companies are going to respond, that's just a matter of time. You know, some companies had built a reputation on high end, on very expensive stuff. Prime One is a case in point. Are they going to be able to continue on that way? Only time can tell. You know, they're going to have to also produce something that is more reachable for everyone, or, you know, maintain the pricing, which is always the challenging thing. There's a lot of things that can be done, but only time can tell. So my friends, I want to say thank you very much again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. Stay tuned this week. I did watch the Captain America Brave New World. I think that is a Brave New World. I forgot. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Maybe I'll share with you my point of view of it this week. But all the things that I want to cover this week, we'll see. I'm still in the process of moving stuff, bringing to the house. I have all my books finally on display. Now I need to get all my statues on display. That's gonna be another challenge. That's gonna be a lot of stuff that I need to put on in my cart and bring it little by little and start just put it on display. And I don't know where things are gonna go. Definitely, it's gonna be a lot of work. I still probably a couple of months until I fully settle in the way I want this, my collection room, my office, my space, you know, my man cave to look. But we'll see. You know, we'll see. Only time can tell. My friends, God bless. Take care.